The release for these has been super weird. It feels like somebody is gatekeeping something because this should be available now. Hey, what's good guys? My name's Chris. Welcome back to WearTesters. Today we got a detailed look and breakdown on one of the nicest Air Jordan 1s to release so far, at least in terms of the OG lows. And this, my friends, is the Air Jordan 1 Low OG in the Sale colorway. Now, before you ask, yes, this shirt is going to be available over at senseapparel.com. When? Not sure yet. They are being made. Currently, as we speak, they are in production. Once production is done, they will be moved over to the fulfillment center, and then they will be made available. So if you're not following Sense Apparel over at Instagram yet, I highly recommend that you do so. Now, this is the box. Nothing really fancy or special about them, but it would have been cool if this box was done up in this shoe's color. Now, in case you're wondering what these are all about, it's very simple. Way back in 2017, when the Air Jordan 1 High was at its, I wouldn't say its peak of hype, but it was definitely approaching that. A colorway just like this released in high top form. They sold out instantly, depending on where you were located, of course. I think that's something that a lot of people don't seem to acknowledge, is that like every region, every area, especially if we're just talking about the US, is vastly different. Some shoes sell out here in Sacramento that otherwise do not sell out elsewhere, and vice versa. At the time of this release, we lived in the Bay Area and they sold out instantly. Like, I couldn't get them. I tried, couldn't get them. Did they sell out where you're from? That's what I'd like to know. And if they did or didn't, where are you from? Because that's also important. Now, are these as nice as the high top counterpart? I would say yes. If anything, looking at these makes me really scratch my head about the Air Jordan 1 Low OG SP Shy Pink or Travis Scott, whatever you want to call them, because these are made way nicer than those. So yeah, take that for what you will. Is this a basic colorway? Yes. Do I like that? Of course. Why? Because I could wear this with anything. I love an all white shoe. I love white on whites. Everybody that loves Air Forces, this is my version of that, or an all white Air Jordan is actually my version of that. At one point in time, it was the Pure Money 3s, then it was the Pure Money 4s, then it was the white and neutral / natural gray 1s, and now it's gonna be these guys. And yes, I dog my all whites because again, they match everything. So what do you think I'm wearing them with? Everything. This is my new daily beater basically, besides my Vans, and I love that. As far as the shoe itself is concerned, the outsole, well, it's quite simple. It's just an Air Jordan 1 outsole, but this is the greatest traction of all time. That is directly attached to the rubber cup sole. Inside of that rubber cup sole is a polyurethane wedge. Inside of that wedge is an encapsulated air sole unit, and on top of all of that is this guy right here. And when comparing this to what the Travis Scotts came with, well, this is a lot better. It's still not a great insole, but it's better than that light blue Ortholite stuff. This is the top liner, very clean, very simple. The shoe itself does come with two sets of laces. One is what is already equipped in them, which is just the matching pair. It's the Sail look. I think it's weird that Sail can look so different. This almost looks white. I don't know if it's because it's all Sail or not. And then up against the midsole looks a little bit more Sail. The insole looks white to me. It's weird. Like some Sail looks like straight up yellow, and then other Sails look like cream or kind of like a really off-white, like an eggshell. Don't know where I'm going with that, but yeah. Internal thoughts came out, sorry. But anyways, they come equipped with the Sail lace, but if you wanted something to pop a little bit more and match the Nike Air tongue tag that's featured here, they do come with a set of red laces too. Now the materials on these guys is where this shoe is just, I mean, this is nice, bro. Like this is, like if this is the quality that I could get out of every Jordan Retro release, I don't think that there would be much of a problem outside of overall craftsmanship, which thank goodness mine was put together well. But the materials here from top to bottom are, not gonna say they're premium, but for the price, I dig this. It's soft, it's wearable, so it doesn't matter which section of the shoe you are touching, like it all feels buttery soft, it all feels like the same leather. Again, I'm gonna keep using the Shy Pinks as an example, I'm sorry, but where that overlay material and the swoosh material was fantastic, and then all of that underlay material was hot garbage. This is not like that. I will say that the cuts are a little bit thinner than that shoe. Like the nicer leather featured on the Shy Pinks is definitely a thicker cut material, but I think that I would prefer more consistency than thicker cuts of material in certain areas. One of the more interesting things is the Wings logo. It's debossed into the rear heel panel, which is a direct nod to the original high top counterpart. And also, like the high tops, they actually went and sourced or found the same exact material to line the shoe with as the high top versions. It's literally a low top version of that original colorway. Again, those released in 2017, so I'm not saying that it's an original colorway. I'm saying that that colorway originally released in 2017 and now again in 2026. They almost made their 10-year mark. The tongue itself is nylon per usual. And like I said earlier, the branding on the tongue tag is red. It looks really awesome. And that is just like the 2017 version as well. Now, in terms of overall sizing, with Air Jordan 1 Low OGs, I like to go down half a size. I feel like that's the best fit. They are a little bit snug at first, but once they break in, it is a perfect one-to-one fit, and I love it. And when it's got materials like this, it's even better. But yeah, down half a size for most. If you're a wide footer, go true to size, you should be good to go. And with all of that being said, what is today's viewer submitted question of the day? And by the way, we do need some more. So if you have a question of the day you'd like to submit, drop it down below in the comment section. And with all of that being said,
when it comes to the SPO brand, what is your favorite midsole from them and why?
It's their newest one that I'm brain farting on the name right now. I think it's called the Explosive 2.0. Yep! Before that, it was the Quick 2.0. And before that, I don't remember what it was called. I think it was the Strength System. It was like the EVA, and it had the eTPU pads with another like blue gelish pad in the center. But whatever it is, those have been like my favorite ones. I feel like every new midsole has been elevated from the last. And this newest one is just awesome. Like when we're talking about internal cushions that feel great, Lunar and Zoom or Cushlon and Zoom, like those are some that like just stick out right off the top. Like when we're talking about Nikes, when we're talking about other brands, Boom or Super Boom from the Li Ning brand and the Wade brand, that 808 5 V2 Ultra, telling you that midsole is crazy comfortable. And that is basically like, or I should say the SPO Explosive 2.0 is kind of like in the middle of what a Lunar / Cushlon and Zoom combo would be, and that Super Boom, where it's super lightweight, it's bouncy and responsive, but not overly cushioned like the Boom midsole can feel, and then not kind of like, I don't know what I don't want to call them basic, because like when they're done really well, like they're awesome, like the Nike ones, but sometimes they feel just kind of like whatever. I would say like maybe the LeBron 23, that one kind of feels like whatever. No Zoom in that though. It's just, what was that? Cushlon? Couldn't move in those anyways. That shit was awful. But anyway, the 1.5 midsole is kind of like in between that. So I like that nice balance where it doesn't feel too plush and bouncy, and it also doesn't feel too firm and low profile. It's something right in the middle, and I prefer that. I just think that it's awesome. Like balance is something that most people have probably, at least if you've watched this channel for a long time, have heard me say for the longest time. I think that balance is everything, and that midsole is just a perfect balance of everything that I like or need when playing basketball. So hopefully that helps. I don't know if they sell those separately though, because sometimes like when they're new, like they'll make them exclusive to the model because they want that model to gain like traction and hype and stuff like that. So yeah, marketing. But what about you guys? Have you tried Series Player Only? If you have, and you've tried multiple of their versions of midsoles or their drop-in systems, which one is your favorite and why? Sound off below in the comment section. I would love to hear from you guys. On top of all of that, supposedly these are releasing in August here in the States, but they're not really moving overseas, which is where they've released so far. So you can grab these on, what do you call them? The resale platforms like the GOATs and the StockX's and stuff like that for pretty cheap, like retail or less, which is awesome. This is the best freaking time to be into shoes. Like, I don't know why people are complaining right now. You're telling me that you could get almost any sneaker that you want for under retail, and that's a bad thing? I'm sorry, bro, but we're on two different wavelengths. I thought sales were good. Wasn't Black Friday like popular because of that? You know, get a big ass TV for like cheaper. Why is the logic different? But anyways, thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. We greatly appreciate your guys' support. We'll catch y'all in the next one. So until then, you guys have a good one.